So many movies, no time to watch them all. But Twig wants to see them, so we gave Drayfrjg a call. Now they're bringing on their friends, and together they will view these. So sit back and relax. It's Twig's Missing Movies.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Twig's Missing Movies, a show dedicated to watching the movies that Twig inexplicably hasn't seen. I'm your host, Drayfrjg, and here is our cinematically clueless crow, Corvus Twig.
Yay! I'm not gonna get mad this time. Cause after Dirty Dancing, like I said, I've earned it. Yay! I'm embracing it. now. I am cinematically clueless.
It's the 5 stages of grief, everybody. You're welcome.
I'm
Denial,
so
anger,
sad that I don't know
grinning,
anything about
guilt.
movies. I
Accept
know
it.
lots about movies. I'll do anything to know things about movies.
He's tired of the title. He accepts it, but he's tired of it, you know? Like a mule carrying a cart up a hill. Nothing else to do but keep trucking.
Is the mule named Sisyphus?
In your case, yes.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's the problem. It's like I could get out there and I could watch like all the classic movies and cross them all off my list. But those bastards, they keep making more. More, no matter what.
Gotta have endless content.
Endless content. At least the Marvel Cinematic Universe faucet has been turned down. There's not like 3-4 movies a year like there was for a while. So at least, but even then, I haven't seen like most. I have not seen most of the movies since Endgame.
I've only seen, I think, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness was the only one I think I've and Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, I saw those ones and Guardians 3, and I
didn't see Guardians 3.
Oh, Guardians 3 is good. I like it. It's so sad though. It's so
I
sad.
I also didn't see Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, I saw that one. I saw that one. It was mid.
And it sucks because I really love Marvel. I mean, the other night, Bon and I were playing Fortnite and drinking, and I think we ended up on a like 2-3 hour rant about all the things that they keep screwing Marvel over with, and not even Marvel, the DC comic universe too keeps screwing over some really great potential. You know,
Okay, here's the thing with DC. Their cartoon shows typically very good.
Yeah, no,
their movies not so good. It's
their
like
cartoon movies are good. The cartoon movies are really good.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant. I meant the live action movies.
Okay.
But it's just like, you know, the best thing that I think DC has going for it right now is the Harley Quinn show on HBO. That show is fantastic.
Yeah, and it's because it allows you to get to know the characters. It gives you time to learn what the characters can do, what their motivations are, and it doesn't feel like it has to match what everyone else is doing. And that's kind of what, you know, Bon and I's big conclusion was that when everyone started trying to do the same movie but with a different hero, it kind of ruined superheroes altogether. Doctor Strange is supposed to be barely likable, and Iron Man is supposed to be completely hated.
Yeah.
Like, he's a guy who does what he does, but man, is he a dick. Right?
Yeah.
The epitome of don't meet your heroes.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. It's just like it's so hard to, like, the fact that like the first few couple phases, like basically everything leading up to Endgame was so well done and so perfectly crafted, and then it's like after Endgame they didn't know what to do and they couldn't recapture that build up to, you know, I mean the build up to the first Avengers movie when we was just like, oh, we got this Iron Man movie, we got this Captain America movie, we got this Thor movie, and now we got them all together. It's amazing. And it's just like, now it's just like after Endgame where it's just like, oh God, we've got every goddamn character that we ever thought of all in one thing. And now it's just like, there's nothing to build up to anymore.
And it's not even that. They're just bringing in a bunch of C and D rank heroes because they're either too chicken shit to do some good A-list or B-list heroes, and they don't connect them in any meaningful way. But, I mean, it's kind of like, you know, deals made with devils, wouldn't you say?
Are you trying to do the segue
I'm trying
this
to do it.
time?
I'm
Okay.
trying to do the
Okay.
segue.
Yeah. I was trying
Yeah,
to
it's
think of
fine.
it, but
It's fine.
we're
It's
making
fine.
deals.
It's
We're
fine.
making deals with devils. Okay. I mean, I guess I'm just not a dirty, rotten enough scoundrel to do that.
Yeah. You know, that was an embarrassing segue. Let's just roll into descriptions.
Well, in the descriptions, what are we watching this week?
We are watching none other than Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. This movie originally came out in 1988, but was not the first of its names. It was technically a remake. It's based on Bedtime Story by Stanley Shapiro and Paul Henning, I think is who it is. It was originally released to the Los Angeles County Museum of Art on December 5th, 1988, and would go on to rake $42 million in the box office later on December 14th, over the course of, I think, a month and a half of running time. It is headlined by the great and wonderful cast of Steve Martin, Michael Caine, and Glenn Headley, to say the least. Though the movie had a smattering of original choices that started with none other than Mick Jagger and David Bowie.
Whoa.
Yeah, imagine the cover starring those two great artists and not comedians. It would go on to kind of see a bunch of different other really big names such as Eddie Murphy, John Cleese, Richard Dreyfuss, and Michael Palin, all to play the lead roles. Obviously, they landed on Michael Caine and Steve Martin. And if you go and a lot, if you read the interviews with all these other people once the news came out and all the the cover stories and stuff like that, every one of the people pretty much agrees that if they had done it, it would not have been as good.
Interesting.
Just to give you an idea of the chemistry that you're going to be walking into. If you can't tell anybody, this is one of my favorite movies because this movie was essentially the movie we watched on every long car ride because we had a broken DVD player in the car. And then the last fact that I want to share is that similar to Mars Attack, it had an incredibly short production cycle. It started in June of 1988 and was debuted on December 5th of 1988.
That's fast.
It is incredibly fast. And it's such a charming movie. I'm really excited that on one hand, I'm excited we're watching this. On the other hand, I wish someone that wasn't me chose this. But it is what it is.
Well, should you do the big thing where you actually say the title of the movie?
And it is Dirty Rotten Scoundrels!
Yay! I'm just hovering my finger over the button to make the thing pop up when you say the name. It's just like, oh, okay.
I tried to segue. I'm not a segue kind of guy.
Well, yeah. Why would you need to zip around on a two-wheeled thing when you can just fly? You don't like the segue.
Sometimes I'm lazy. It's like crows and ravens and corvids do walk around actually a whole bunch.
We
like
do.
Pigeons.
Yeah.
It's kind of embarrassing in a way, but also, sometimes you just gotta go for a stroll.
Although, crows do more of a walk. Ravens do more of that little skip hop thing. It's super cute.
We weigh more. Yeah. So we can't really waddle, not without a lot of knee pain.
Yeah. Whereas like everybody's seeing the crow strutting gif at this point.
I love that.
Strutting down the road, waggling my tail. Yeah. Doing strut.
Me on my way to be a menace.
Strut. I'm sorry. I had to raise the audience there for a bit.
I mean, I'm rizzed up.
Yeah.
My whole gat's out for the Rizzler.
Yeah, Riz is one of those things. Normally, I hate the language that the young ones use, but Riz, they came up with a good one there.
Yeah, and I think it's actually topical to talk about Riz because a lot of this movie requires Riz.
Yeah. So, look at that poster.
I mean, look, if I talk any more about it, I'm going to ruin the movie. So we're gonna just skip ahead to the questions. Why haven't you seen this film, Twig? It has some of your favorite comedians and actors on it.
To be honest, I never really even heard much about it. I've heard of it, but it's one of those movies that I don't hear talked about a lot. And 1980s comedies, we know that those can get to be a tad problematic, should we say.
Yeah, and I'm gonna cast this warning out. There are definitely some scenes that did not age well, but thankfully they're far and few between. It's not major pain levels of did not age well.
Or
Uh,
Revenge of the
um,
Nerds.
or Revenge on the Nerds, or even Rocky Horror, you know. Uh, but it's still there. I mean, that's just a product of the time, right? Like, not to say that that's a good thing or that those things should have been allowed, but that's what flew back then, you know?
Yeah.
That's what everyone was seemingly okay with.
Yeah, so I mean, I was only 3 years old when this movie came out. So when it was probably at its biggest cultural impact, I was way too young to see it. And when I did get old enough to see it, I guess it just wasn't,
On the
at least in
radar.
my group of friends, it wasn't one of those movies that everyone's like, "Oh, you got to see it," But I mean, having learned about it once you recommended it, I'm like, well, I do like those actors. The concept seems like it could be fun, and yeah, so I'm excited to see it.
So I do have to ask now, what do you know about the film? Because obviously you have some idea of what the premise is, and you've just kind of said you've never really heard of it. But do you know anything? Have you ever heard about it in passing before
Uh,
this, or
90% of what I know about this movie is what you said in the intro leading up to it. And I also, when I was looking for the movie poster, I saw a description of like a 1-word description of the film. And it's just like, unfortunately, I couldn't stop myself from reading it. And so I read that two con men wager against each other in an attempt to see who can swindle $50,000 from a rich heiress or something along those lines.
yeah. And I mean,
So that's the core plot of the movie. Other than that, don't know a thing. I couldn't tell you if there's any iconic lines, any iconic scenes,
oh man,
anything in the cultural zeitgeist. There probably are things from this movie that'll be like, oh, it's from that movie. When I see it, but I couldn't tell you anything. It's not like other movies where it's just like, I've
you
seen
will
iconic scenes, but not.
you will start to understand at least 10% of the things that I say often from this movie and how I say things, because there's a lot of iconic moments that really just have hit the zeitgeist of my family for all of time. Like, I have echolalia from the autism, the ADHD, and obviously that's a genetic
Mhm.
condition. But my family is a bunch of people with echolalia, and we will just sit around saying lines back at each other, the same line, like a group of crows or corvids in general. It's actually quite funny when you think about it. But
Hmm.
this is one of our often quoted movies because it's so the lines they have versatility, they have clever wit, you know. It's dry comedy meets the wet comedy between Steve Martin and Michael Caine. You know, it's brilliant. I love it.
Yes. Yes.
Now, we're going to make this nice and simple. Obviously, you kind of read ahead, spoiled yourself a little bit. But what do you think is going to happen in the film?
Well, it's time for Corvus Twigs predictions. Okay. Okay. So, I'm going to wait. Let's see here. Now, who are these two guys? I'm going to guess that they are both professional con artists. Okay, I need to adjust the margins here. Margin you in there. There we go. Professional con artists, and the bet is on a woman they see whom they don't know. I'm going to guess that. Okay, one of my predictions is that one of them is going to fall in love with the woman, like, legitimately. Like, he's going to start off the scam, and then he's going to be like, oh, I actually really like her. She's actually more than just some rich up stuck up lady.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do. Can I do like a sub question one here? I'm gonna say that one of them falls in love with her for real, and then we're gonna do like a sub bonus. I'm just gonna do temp there because I want it's word being dumb format thing. There we go. This, and then my guess is gonna be Steve Martin is the one between the two of them. That's my guess. So that's like a sub guess. And one of them's gonna fall in love, and my sub guess is that it's Steve Martin is the one who falls in love.
Okay.
And then, of course, we have to have I'm guessing, at the end of scene 2, or at the end of the second act, the woman finds out about the con.
Okay.
And I'm going to say at the end, neither of them gets the 50K. And I feel like I need to have like one more. Michael. Wait, is that how you spell Michael Caine? Caine?
Yeah.
Ends up in prison. There we go.
Okay. These are fair. These are good guesses. Good guesses. Wow. With that in mind, I really don't think there's much else I can say before I spoil the whole movie.
Yeah.
So why don't we go and watch it?
Watch the movie. And we will be, we're going to have kind of a thing in Twigs Missing Movies. When we come back, we're just going to have Bentai again, because there's going to be a lot of movies on this list where Drayfrjg's like, I really want to watch this. But our guest is supposed to pick. Well, I am determining it. Well, we need a guest. All right, we'll just grab Bentai, because Bentai's always great.
Well, we love Bentai here.
We love Bentai. And look, Tor wants to come back on again, too, because Tor needs redemption.
Yeah, Tora deserves a chance at redemption.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, the movie she originally picked, I said not today, so yeah. Well, well. But anyway, when we come back, we will have watched Dirty, Rotten Scoundrels. We're back.
Hello.
We're back. We're here. Welcome, everybody. You can... Yep. Okay. Yep. Hasya has been waiting to do the sound redeem. No, she can. Oh, we got.
Yeah.
We got.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Dad.
You got a problem with can of gooses. You got a problem with me, and I suggest you let
That
that
was
one
it.
marinate.
Oh, well. Wow, you just kind of
The
hitting.
floodgates are opening.
Yeah, they are.
The dams have broken. The little boy with his finger in the wall.
Okay, you know what Tits needs? Is the ability
Whipped
to
cream.
hit my collaboration partners as well.
Ooh, oh,
Yeah, that'd be a good feature, actually.
Got it.
Me.
That'd be a
keep
great
that in.
feature.
Let's go.
Actually, what we need to do is somehow have Drayfrjg have it open on their computer, and then people could just go to Dray's channel and do redeems to stuff in my.
So that's actually kind of a funny thing. So I think they can do that.
Mm-hmm.
If they can get. Hold on, I'm gonna check it. No, I can't check it. We're live right now. Yeah, I think you can redeem stuff. If you can get to the chat, you can redeem stuff. And if they have OBS open, it will trigger Tits and OBS.
Yeah, it will. It absolutely will. Yeah. So. Ow! God damn it. All right. Well, I mean, dirty. God damn it! Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. Okay, we're good.
Is this the red for?
Actually, that's a Twigs Missing movie.
It is on Twigs Missing Movies, and we do need.
We will probably talk about that at some point. So, good suggestion, Schmidt.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we got a lot to talk about.
I think I know why. I think I had those two turned up for some reason on the last.
Turned up for what?
Just yell. Just yell.
Yeah, Ben. Yeah,
Hey.
during
Okay,
the last
no
stream, I don't know. Okay, that should be better. Better.
Right.
Yeah, now these two should be coming in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about Dirty, Rotten Scoundrels. Yay! Okay, we're good. Okay, we're good. Just had to duck down. Figure's always coming at me again. But damn it! Oh, great. Somebody summon Rodney. Now we have Rodney here.
Hi, Rodney. How you doing, buddy? Yep.
Hey, Rod.
Okay.
What up? What up, Rodster? What up, Rodster? The Rodinator?
Yeah.
Gene Roddenberry?
So, we watched a 1988 comedy.
Mhm.
All right, I'm gonna call ceasefire so Quig can talk, so we can move on with this podcast. Series, TV special. I don't know what you want to call it. Three people talking about movies. It's basically a podcast at this point.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I
well,
figured
yeah.
that this is a Twitch broadcast podcast.
We are a
it's-
podcast of YouTubers.
It's two white guys and a guest talking about movies. It's a podcast.
Fuck off. At least we aren't sitting around complaining about our lives and why we can't get women.
I sat on my balls again today.
I shit for 4
Our guest
hours.
next week will be Alex Jones, and the week after
Oh,
that, RK Jr., and we will.
They're turning the freaking frogs gay.
But
I'll be in the couch.
so I mean, yeah, this movie, very interestingly set up. The structure of it was pretty nice. They really did a lot to build up both of these characters. Like the instigating bet doesn't happen till what, almost an hour into the movie.
About I would say
30 maybe?
6/8. Yeah, 6/8. No,
No,
no, 5/8.
halfway.
5/8.
It's
It's
halfway.
like 5/8.
Please
It's a little
reduce
bit
your
over
fractions.
halfway. No, fuck you. I'm bad at math.
But no, I kind of like that because it worked to set up their personalities and their characters. I did like how, you know, they set up Michael Caine as being like, I mean, this guy's the professional con artist. He's got a whole business with it, with sidekicks, and has a mansion, and he's doing all this great stuff.
They're not a side. The investigator's not a sidekick. The investigator actually is like the main person in a lot of ways.
That's
Kind of is, yeah.
true.
He,
that
he
guy.
has to find the marks. He has to like figure out if they're corruptible or not, and give a report. He's basically like the James Bond of the group.
That's true.
Yeah,
Ian McDermott's
yeah,
really
yeah.
more the henchman, but
Yeah.
Ian McDermott being in it always throws me for a loop.
Good.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can do it to this woman. I don't know if I can con her. Do it. Do it.
If
Feel
only.
the greed within you. You know you can do it. But yeah, I thought it was interesting with the starting scene where he's got that one heiress and he's like, "Oh, I'm a prince," and that. Well, that. But the thing is he doesn't convince her that he's a prince. Yeah, this guy does. The inspector is the one that does like all the convincing. It's a real team effort.
It really is.
You know.
Yeah.
It's such a good build up. The entire beginning of the movie is
Yeah, the first act really lets you know the two characters and what they're like, and you know,
Yeah.
Steve Martin is a very skilled con man. He's not like some noob who sucks at it. He's very good at it, but he hasn't quite reached the level of true professional like Michael Caine has. Yeah, I kind of like that. He's just like, you know what? I'm going to take you under my wing. And yeah, then we get a training montage of how to be not just a con man, but a proper gentleman con man. And yeah, I thought that was kind of fun, especially with the whole, like, you know, mimicking the body language thing in front of the pool where, you know, Steve Martin kept falling down or being goofy. And then he does the whole scene where he's like walking in and pouring the champagne, and they're like, "Bravo, bravo!" But I just thought it was kind of funny that, like, oh yeah, like this scene here where it's just like, hey, that other con artist, he's with the lady I was trying to con. He got her car. How did he get her car? Yeah, that is funny. That is funny. And then they see him in the guy. I didn't think I would see Steve Martin in a Speedo, but we saw Steve Martin in a Speedo.
You get to see everything too. Like that wasn't a packing time on the Speedo. That was full him.
Yeah, that was
Terrifying powers given to comedians.
It really is. Jesus, like Milton in his burl. Oof.
But you know, I have to say though, the middle of the movie it's like, okay, this scene leads up to it where the lady in the first part of it, you know, she's into the prince and she knows that Steve Martin knows him, and then he's just like, all right, well, you want to be part of my family. I need to introduce you to my brother. And now this happens after Steve Martin has learned to be a proper gentleman. He's learning how to be a gentleman and a smooth talker. So what's the first thing they do after he learns that? Okay, pretend to be a mentally challenged person and...
Rupert the monkey.
Yeah.
Oh, Rupert.
And it's just like, well, that doesn't seem like it's using any of the training that he just got taught. And
Absolutely not. No.
also, very obviously, a normal person doing a offensive parody of, you know, somebody with a mental disability. And I'm not sure how I felt about that. That was probably my least favorite part of the movie. But like,
I think it's like, as we talked about in the pre-recorded part, right? Is like, there are parts of it that did not age well. It's not nearly like Major Pain or like any of the other movies I mentioned, right? But that's definitely part of it that did not age well.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
and then later so it's just like there's two different parts where Steve Martin is pretending to be a disability. First a mental disability, then a physical disability. And it's just like, oh, okay. So that's how they're going with this. And
What was that
also,
physical disability?
Obviously we know it's Steve Martin pretending, but it still also felt like both performances are something that even in the world of the movie was plainly obvious it wasn't real.
Yeah.
I'm confused. When was the physical disability?
Remember when he was in the
Wheelchair? The fact that he's in a wheelchair half the movie?
Okay. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's true.
Although
True.
that's kind of both a physical and mental disability. I guess it's painted as a mental one where he had such a mental heartache that his
that's what
legs
it was.
stopped working.
Yeah. Psychosomatic, yes.
Yes.
A good word in Scrabble.
Okay.
Yeah. But
I guess I never thought about it that way because it was part of the con, and like in a different. It's not like I'm gonna have a crisis over this. I never thought about that.
But I mean, it's also. I mean, but you have to think about it though. It's just like these characters are not being painted as good people. They're not. They're the main protagonists, but they're not good guys. I don't think we're ever. I mean, I don't think we're supposed to be like necessarily rooting for them to succeed. Yeah, Steve Martin's character is classless, and yeah, what he was doing that was completely classless. And doesn't really ever have that much of a turn of heart, whereas Michael Caine's character is the one that ends up kind of having a change of heart and seeing her for who she truly is, and doesn't want to scam somebody who's on vacation and can't afford the $50,000.
Yeah.
So,
oh, great glasses.
yeah, he's kind of had this little. It was before transition lenses were invented, you know.
I want those glasses. I've always adored those glasses. Now that I have to wear glasses, I want to get them. I think it'll just add to the facade of weirdo that I have in a positive way.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
But then, yeah, obviously spoilers, but you know, Michael Caine kind of has a change of heart and says, no, the con is off. She's not rich. We can't do it. But Steve Martin's like, I'm still going to kind of go ahead with it. And then Steve Martin gets robbed. And then she's like, I'm going to take your money. Thank you so much. And then it turns out that she was the con artist the whole time.
That was so
Oh, yeah,
good.
there's a subplot we forgot to mention before we started talking, that there's at the beginning they were reading a newspaper about a con man that's making their way through Western Europe, and they're called the Jackal, and it kind of gets brought up throughout the movie, and then at the very end it's revealed that the person that they're the target was the Jackal the entire time.
Right.
And it's such a great twist the first time you see it, because you don't know what's going on, and then it all comes at once, and you're like, holy shit.
Well, that did redeem a lot of the movie, because until that twist, which I didn't see coming, but Hasio totally called it. Good job, Hasio. But until then, the movie was really kind of painting women as all really gullible and stupid. And every woman in the movie was really dumb and falling for obvious cons. And then at the end, when it turns out, oh no, she was playing both of them the whole time, I'm like, okay, good. It doesn't treat all women as being stupid. We have an intelligent woman in the movie, thank God.
Yeah.
But okay, counterpoint to that though, also part of the movie. Again, going back to the investigators, he spent time finding the most gullible people for these cons.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Like that's, it's not that the movie's trying to paint all women as gullible. It's that these con men, Michael Caine's group, are so good at it, or so they thought, that they have an entire system for finding the easiest of targets, that are the most corruptible, most connable, before they even try to make a move. Because the one thing, and it kind of gets brought up to Steve Martin's character, is that if you're always doing this all the time, eventually someone's gonna catch on very quickly, and it'll be over for you.
Yeah.
There are enough people falling for Microsoft employees asking for Google gift cards.
Yeah.
It feels like the day and age of the internet. It'd be hard to pull off a lot of these cons.
No, there's a new mark every day, man. That's just
Or
how
if
it
one
is.
mark gets caught at some point, then it's just like, oh, well, now I'm going to blast it over the internet and expose this person.
Yeah.
You just can't be a con artist like you used to. Well, I
miss
mean,
those days.
you could still be a con artist, just not like you used to.
Yeah,
Technology has
exactly.
changed.
Yeah.
Now you just, sell people supplements and
Bitcoins.
bitcoins and
Really, you don't even have to do that. All you have to do is they removed the attractive women from my video game.
Ooh,
I'm gonna
that's
shit my
true.
pants. That's all you have to do.
it's amazing
And
that
then say-
Grum even has enough money to
I love how this is who you knew exactly what I was talking
Of
about.
course, I'm talking about Grums. Someone talks about video game women.
There are
being
other
ruined.
there are other online grifters doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I am talking about Grumps, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a
Anyway.
shit.
Fuck that
Kinda.
guy.
He's definitely the kind of person that probably talks louder online than in person. Because if you ever see pictures, he looks like a dweeb.
I know.
He looks like the
seen-
nerd that other nerds would bully.
I'd seen his avatar so many times, and when I saw his real picture, I laughed so loud. Which I imagine many people do when they see a picture of me, but
Oh,
No.
no,
What?
I don't.
Fuck off.
No.
Piss yourself. Fuck off.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, this scene here, I thought that was kind of funny when
Yeah,
when they're in the middle of the competition, and
Yeah.
he's just like, he's doing the thing to just like, yeah, that asshole, he stole my girlfriend, and because I'm disabled, and they're like, and I'm a military guy, and they're like, what? This? And so
Yeah.
he
Oh yeah.
Gets the Navy guys to beat him up, but then like, oh, it turns out Michael Caine was actually in the Navy at 1.2, and
No, that's also a con.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
I
sure
figured
it was.
it was. I'll be honest, but
It's
it was
also a con. He's way too old at that point in the movie to
Hmm.
still be in the reserves. Which is, he doesn't say he was in the reserves. He says he is in the Navy reserves.
oh,
So
that's definitely
it's definitely part of the con.
But then they
Um,
bring Steve Martin back to have them kick his ass, and then by the end of that, he's partied with them all night, and it's just
oh
like,
man.
Yeah, that scene's always a little. It's always, it's inexplicable to me in a way, because it's like
how did
they're supposed to be angry, but they're already drunk, already partying, and then they're like, he throws them in there, and then they come back and they're like perfectly fine. And all that's happened to him is he's super glued his hand to the wall.
Yeah, it's
I mean, maybe
to the wall. I don't know.
maybe
It's a funny little they were having fun thing, It's what Navy guys do.
I mean, hey, maybe the Navy guys found like all the booze in there and decided, fuck it, what we have better things to do. Who knows?
They did do a good job of like, I don't even remember the character's name, just that she's the Jackal, but like of making her seem like, oh, she's going for Steve now. Oh no, she's going for Michael now. Oh wait, no, she's actually falling for Steve. Oh no, she was just pretending to because the doctor told her to, and going back and forth and making you second guess. I thought that was well written and well done.
Yeah, for sure.
I had to say, wardrobe in this movie, very good wardrobe. All the characters, great dress. Men dress sharply, women have cool, nice fashion. Looks good. Had to say, costume. Whoever the costumer was in this movie, well done.
Oh, quite well done. Yes.
Yeah, the sets were nice. I love that villa. I want to live in a
Oh, yeah.
seaside. I want to live in a seaside villa like that. It looks
Yeah,
lovely.
apparently this was all shot along the French countryside, literally, all the little nooks and crannies and stuff. So yeah, it was all on location, if you will.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, there really weren't that many different locations in the movie.
No, it was all shot in one town, and my family's actually been to that town because of course we have, because we lived in Europe and it's not that far from a lot of places that we used to go, and the town itself is definitely a retirement town. Like they do a little bit more of the casino-y vibe that existed at one point there, but it's a nice town. It's a beautiful town. Anywhere on the sea is a beautiful town in Europe, my opinion. Especially when you're on the Mediterranean, it's just
I just
Ah,
the
one day
casino
I'd know
parts of
that.
it, where they're like, I'm just gonna put a few $1,000s on a single number on the roulette table. That seems, and then he wins the first time. I'm like, dude, you've already won your bet right there. You just put $1,000 down, and so you just won $35,000. There you go. Just quit while you're ahead. Jesus Christ, you went on the first spin on a single number bet with that much of a bet. Yeah, those pay 35 to 1. That's pretty good.
But yeah, that's why they're rich and we're not, I guess, because they want
Yeah.
they can do
Drink
that kind
some
of crap.
water.
Oh, gotta drink some water.
Drink
Thanks,
some water.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Ah, fine. Drink some water.
Ah.
Drink you.
But yeah, I mean, overall, there were a couple parts of it where it's just like, where Steve Martin's choices on how he's going to do the scam were a little problematic. But overall, I thought the plot was pretty good. I liked the buildup of the characters. I liked how the bet came about. I liked how, I liked how it had the back and forth. And then, finally at the end there, when it turns out that they were the ones being conned the whole time. I mean, in terms of story, I think this movie succeeded. The acting was good, but of course, I mean, you got Steve Martin and Michael Caine, two fantastic actors, and the supporting cast all pretty good as well. I can't think of anybody that stood out as having a bad performance.
Yeah, no, not a single bad performer, not a single bad performance in that entire movie.
Yeah, the cinematography was, I mean, for this type of movie, it was about as good as you could expect.
Again, shot in 6 months.
Yeah, but
shot, edited, and produced in 6 months.
If you have a good DOP, you can do that.
Yeah.
It's a gem. It's a gem. You
Say,
don't get movies like this anymore, in my opinion.
The soundtrack was there.
Pretty much.
It was non-distracting, but probably
it
fit
was
the scenes. But nothing super memorable in the soundtrack. But it was it worked for what it needed to be.
Yeah.
Wasn't too long. Right length. Didn't feel too short or too long. And I think the question is, Bentai, why did you pick this movie? Wait.
Yeah, Bentai.
Well,
why did you pick?
If you want to, I mean, the stars, and I don't know.
You ever have a dream where you have you ever that's what you sound like right now.
I know. That's
Embarrassing.
Like that. I know. I'm just saying. Anyway,
Stick to the script.
I was visited at night by a raven who whispered in my ear. I don't know why it sounded like that, but
Yeah, I don't know. Well, that's a weird sounding raven. I'll tell you that much.
It really was a little strange. Yeah, but I woke up and I gotta watch it, and it's weird because I've never seen it before in my life either. Yeah,
Weird. You just you knew it had to be done.
It's
odd.
Yeah, it's very odd. But
well, Twig, I think we've talked. I mean, I could talk about this for hours, but I think we gotta get moving.
Well, I know. I want to hear more about Dray. I want to hear more about why you love this movie and why you were only.
That's why I want to move on. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
No, but I also want to know, because we mentioned it in the pre-show. You mentioned that you had to watch this movie because you had a broken DVD player.
Oh my God.
So how does a broken DVD player just play one movie? How does that work? Okay,
so back when DVD players and cars, I was hoping I didn't have to explain this one. So when DVD players first started showing up in cars, back in the day,
Mhm.
So our car had a DVD player in it, and it could store up to 6 DVDs, right? And it would have like a DVD switcher in it.
Uh-huh.
And, well, let's just say one of my parents' 4 children, 4 kids in a car, may have shot a Skittle right through where the DVD goes in
Shot
on a hot
a
day,
Shot a
and
Skittle.
it may have gunked up the DVD switcher.
Oh,
You
oh
shot
no.
a Skittle.
Shot
I,
a Skittle.
I said one of the 4 children my parents
So you
had,
shot a Skittle.
one of the 4 children.
How do you shoot a Skittle with
You
enough
shoot-
velocity?
I don't know.
to
I
enter
don't.
into
You
a
have to ask.
DVD
You have to ask
tray?
one of the 4. You have to ask one of the 4 children.
I
It
asked
wasn't me.
one of the 4 children.
It wasn't me.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I
So,
assume-
so what you do is
Hmm.
you give kids a bunch of sugar on a very long road trip,
Mhm.
and you get McDonald's with Coca-Cola.
They don't
Oh,
serve
God.
You
Skittles
take,
at McDonald's.
and you take the straws after the Cokes are empty, and you
There we
make
are.
blow dart guns out of the
There we go.
Skittles,
Yeah,
and
Okay.
like you do.
you know. The Skittles were flying. No one was really paying attention to where they were aiming. One of the kids made a really big mistake. Not me. Again, not me.
Uh-huh.
And aimed it upwards, forward towards towards the mother, and the mom's ear deflected it. The first one, the second one just shot straight into the thing because their aim was bad. Again, not me. My aim's perfect.
Of course I was perfect.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you said it was a switcher, so you were stuck with Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, and I assume 3 pornography DVDs.
I was 7.
Well, I didn't say you
I
were.
knew
the
what
one
porn
that
was,
there.
but I didn't have porn DVDs. Also, who owns porn? Please.
Back when you would have been watching this movie when DVDs and cars were a thing, yeah, there was lots of porno DVDs.
Yeah, but you didn't own them. You rented them, or you just had the internet.
Trust me, people bought them. I used to work in a used CD and DVD store, and we had adult films, and people
Oh.
bought them.
Good
Yeah.
times.
No.
No return
So
policy.
we also we didn't get the DVD. It didn't fit. It fixed itself eventually after many years. We think that just from the heat of watching the same movie and the car itself, it heated it enough to make the switch work. Albeit it was very slow
The ants
and very
cleaned it out.
loud,
Oh,
and the ants probably cleaned it out. Yeah.
oh, man.
But we also had lost Shrek 2.
The best Shrek, honestly.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Oh, Benchwarmers. That was what we lost.
Wow,
That's a Twigs missing movie.
that's a bit of a pivot too.
That's one that did not age well. through and through.
No.
And there was like another movie. I can't remember what it was now.
Mhm.
Oh, it was Lord of the Rings. It was Return of the King.
Da, 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 da,
I
da.
actually
fell asleep watching it in the theaters. I got maybe like 10 minutes in and I passed out in my seat.
I need to rewatch it. I haven't rewatched it yet this year.
I rewatched them late last year. My girlfriend had never seen them, and I'm like, well, we need to fix that.
So,
So we
So
watched
to
them.
answer your question you asked me earlier, though, why do I love this movie so much? Well, besides watching it, it was our favorite movie to watch on many a long car ride. Obviously, it became like an annoyance at one point to the entire family because it's all we listened to, obviously in the car, or we could listen to, or watching the movie. And eventually it went from the loop of, okay, this is funny, haha, we can watch it a few times too. This is what we're watching all the time. This is annoying. I'm gonna end it all. And then it circled back around to all of us just making the same jokes again and again at each other until it was funny to us again. And there it stuck.
As it should, thankfully.
Yeah. It's like one of those movies that you grew up with your family, you know? Shrek's a very big movie that I have held in my heart because of my family, because again, another movie where our echolalia was triggered by everything.
I think
and
it's just compensating for something.
What?
I'm quoting Shrek, and you did the whole thing about, oh, it's the movie we quote all the time. And then I quote the movie, and you have no idea what the quote is. God damn it! I mean, come on, Dray. Come on.
That's not the quote though.
From
He says,
Shrek?
"You think he's compensating for something?"
That's what I said.
No, it says you said, "I think you're compensating for something."
Okay, I switched out one word to.
Too many.
Let's get to predictions.
Yeah, let's go over your predictions.
Yeah.
You actually, I mean, again, you did look up beforehand, so you kind of had an upper hand in making these predictions.
Yeah, I mean, this was basically just kind of a gimme. I gotta get myself one gimme.
Yeah. You always get a gimme. I can't bemoan you one gimme.
Now, here's the thing. Okay, one of them falls in love with her for real. Michael Caine kind of does, but I don't know if he's in love with her or he just suddenly grows a conscience and admires her. I don't know if we could really call that true love.
I don't know, because I definitely Michael Caine had that turn of heart of, we should get out of this bet somehow. And then the whole taking her to bed thing, it was like, I don't know if that was love or that was just trying to, finish up the bet, which is like, okay, you get the money, you get out of town kind of deal. So I don't really know what the
I think it was more of an admiration and or like concern in like a, oh no, we've gone too far kind of way than like a love kind of thing.
They changed the bet to be, instead of money, to win her heart. So I don't know. Could you give me at least a yellow on this one?
Yeah, I'd give you a yellow because that's pretty much it.
But then it being Steve Martin is just straight up wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
The woman finds out about the con. Well, I mean,
technically,
she knew the entire time.
She knew the entire time?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I still have this one. I would say it's yellow, where it's like she knows about it, but at the same time,
I'm gonna trump you and tell you that's green, because she does find out about it from the very get go. Because she's the master, right? Michael Caine thinks he's the master, but she's the master and clues into it from the very beginning, and then proceeds to let them pretend to con her, right?
See, well, I was thinking it was more yellow because the way I predicted it is that, it'd be that second act twist where it turns out that she finds out about it and you become so upset with them rather than being in on it all the time. So it's just like, yeah, she did technically find out about it, but not in the way that I predicted. So I feel like this should be yellow, to be honest.
Whatever.
What do you think, Bentai?
I was gonna say whatever Bentai says.
Oh my god, I'm gonna make a choice here. Half points.
Okay, that's yellow.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Neither of them gets the 50K. Well, that's certainly true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely 100% true.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Michael Caine ends up in prison. Nope, that didn't happen.
Wrong. Or dang.
So out of 5.5 possible points, I got 3 points.
Not bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's really good.
It is.
And that means you passed.
You did pass.
Yay! I passed.
And I guess the next question I have for you is, are you glad you watched the movie? Followed by, did you enjoy it?
Well, in order to perfectly answer this question, we must go to the Twigs Missing Movies tier list.
Oh, let's write the tier list.
And we've got to make those go away. Okay. So, what were the two questions again? Did I enjoy this movie? Yes, I did enjoy this movie. Would I watch it again? That's the trickier question. So, I got the movie here. Is it in painful clear? No, it's not painful.
It clears painful. If you put it in painful, I'm done talking to you.
Did not like it? No, it doesn't go there either. Fine movie, but not for me. I would say it's better than that. Was it an amazing movie up with Mars Attacks? I would say no. I don't put it up there. So this is either in a pretty good would watch again or worth watching once. It's in one of these two. And I'm actually going to put it in worth watching once.
I kind of figured that, yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed to seeing it again, but I don't think I'd go out of my way to see it again. I enjoyed it. But you know, it's an 80s comedy. There's other great comedies I'd rather watch over again. So yeah, I would say good movie, enjoyed it, but I don't know if it's gonna become a movie that's a favorite of mine that I'm gonna revisit. So I think it's I think it's a fair play.
I think that's a fair play again because you didn't get brainwashed into liking it like I did.
That's true.
It's definitely a movie that you can watch once. Now, there is an original one, and I hear that they're remaking this one again for a 2026 release or something like that.
Interesting.
But it's worth watching the old one. If you like this one, you'll probably like the original. It's a little bit older. I believe it's black and white.
Okay. If we were going to make this movie today, who would you cast?
Oh. Ooh, that's a good one.
I think I would have the Steve Martin character be played by Paul Rudd.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I think Paul Rudd would be great.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd exudes a level of lovable idiot that I don't think you can ever get rid of.
I guess.
And while Steve Martin's character is portraying a lovable idiot, he's not a lovable idiot, you know?
He's not, no, but I think that's kind of why I like the Paul Rudd choice, though, because he kind of has that you can see him potentially being more of like, the schmoozer there. But, I mean, he definitely has that vibe for that character. So I don't know.
It's two women and an online millionaire. Please, we can't just be basing it off of real life, okay?
Yeah.
It would be interesting if the roles were reversed by gender.
Would it? I feel like we have enough of those stories.
Yeah.
It's not...
Especially then at the end, it'd be, the guy was on there the whole time. That might come off, I don't know.
It probably wouldn't land well, right?
Potentially, yeah. Which is sad because I think that the idea sounds really interesting, but yeah, it's how would you walk that line without attracting the wrong crowd? I guess.
Yeah. And especially the twist at the end that he's actually scamming the two women wouldn't feel as that having the woman be the scammer. Oh, The Hustle 2019 is the remake. Interesting.
Wonder who.
Sorry.
I don't know.
Do The Hustle.
Yeah. Just want to see how long you're going to go with it.
Yeah, I was waiting.
Who is in The Hustle? Now I'm curious.
I don't think The Hustle counts.
Well, sorry. I'm thinking of the song. Yeah, I don't know.
Every day I'm hustling.
I'm sure it's a remake, but it's a reimagining too, and it's not the same thing.
Well, and also, hey, can we just stop remaking good movies? Let's remake bad movies and try and make them good.
I don't know if I want to see a remake of Planet from Outer Space.
I'd like to see somebody try. Remake Jaws 3D only if they still have Michael Caine in it again.
Oh my God!
Jesus
well, I mean,
Christ.
with AI and stuff. Anyway, you know it. The dead shall never die.
So many bad movies they could remake, and I think they'd probably just make it look nicer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Upscale for 4K.
But there was Disney's doing all these live action remakes. It's just like, I don't know. Why don't you do a live action remake of a movie that, Treasure Planet could maybe work as a live action remake?
No, stop. Full stop. Nope.
No, saying full stop. No. Okay.
No. Yeah. No. Here's why: the charm of Treasure Planet is that it is animated and has such unique looks to it. Bring it forward to today, it would just be a CGI mess. It would look god awful. And there's no way to make practical effects make what they designed look good, in my opinion.
That's
without losing all the charm of the design.
Let's just stop live action remakes in general.
Now, if they remade Treasure Island, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
But
But
the
why?
ultimate version of Treasure Island. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the best version of Muppet, or the best version of Treasure Island that could possibly exist already exists.
Oh, yeah, it's
So,
already
This
out
is
there,
actually
yeah.
true. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You're right. The Muppets Treasure Island.
honestly,
does exist.
instead of live action remakes of classic films, we should be doing Muppet remakes of classic films.
I fully agree.
Ooh.
You give me a Muppet Star Wars, which is something that Disney could do, by the way.
Oh yes.
By the way, they own everything. They could do it, but they won't because they're cowards.
Muppet Indiana Jones.
Imagine
Muppets
fucking
are fake.
Muppets Phantom Menace. And it's just
That's just more Yoda. I mean, what we're already halfway.
I don't think it's possible to make Phantom
And it's,
Menace
you
into
know,
a good movie, even if you had
Jar Jar is Gonzo or something.
No, we'll make Jar Jar the human being. Everybody else is in the Muppets.
Oh my God.
Okay, if you're gonna remake the prequels as Muppets, then Rizzo has to be Anakin.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
But also,
That'd be
you keep
fucking
Ewan
hilarious.
McGregor as Obi-Wan.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, no, you definitely got to have Obi-Wan and Natalie Portman reprise their roles
Mhm,
for
mhm.
sure.
No, I think Amidala's got to be Miss Piggy. Sorry. Because
No,
there's
you're
no
right. You're
other women
absolutely.
for.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, good point. So then would that make Kermit the Frog Anakin?
I guess so, but you would have like the little baby frog version, like the Tiny Tim frog in the first Phantom Menace.
Yeah. Oh
Who
my
plays
God.
Yoda? Yoda plays Yoda. Yoda's already
No.
a Muppet.
Yeah.
No. Wow.
Wait.
No. Kermit
Is he-
plays Yoda. Feel the Force, you must.
Oh yes. Let's say what.
Yeah,
man,
we have deviated off topic. So
honestly, I was trying to think like who the hell I would cast in an actual remake of this movie, like out of modern actors. I don't know. Like
Yeah,
I can't
like
even think of anybody filling the Michael Caine role
who's
offhand.
well, like who's a woman in her lower 20s that would be a good, for the.
as I learned from the Borderlands movie, you don't actually need to be in your 20s anymore to play a 20-year-old. Thank you, Kate Blanchett, for breaking down barriers.
I mean, dude, was it the Irishman? They tried to pretend to get what's her face down in their 30s. Like, no, there's a limit.
No, that
my
didn't
God.
work.
No, the Michael Caine character would have to be played by Paul F. Tompkins. That would be amazing. And then I think for the woman, maybe you could do June Diane Raphael. Now I'm just going to all my favorite UCB podcasts.
Oh, I just had the worst.
Maya Rudolph.
I had the worst
Oh,
idea.
Maya Rudolph actually would be
my
really good in
God.
that role.
Maya
Rudolph would be a
Rudolph.
great choice. I could see Ellie Kemper maybe doing it too.
I had the worst.
Yes, we'll be your writers. We'll figure this out. We'll utilize the Muppets to full potential.
I've got the best casting right here, and it's just a dumb idea.
Rocky Horror Muppets. Holy shit!
Also, yes,
What have we been doing
Rocky
with our
Horror
lives?
Muppets.
No. It would be Will Arnett as Michael Caine, Paul Tompkins as Steve Martin, and then Amy Sedaris as the Jackal. Which basically I just recast BoJack Horseman.
Amy
I think it
Sedaris.
would work.
No, you're absolutely right. That's how you remake the movie. That's how you do. That's who you cast. Let's get him on the line.
All right,
Let's get him
come on.
online.
Let's go.
Look, I have the ability to message and chat with Paul F. Tompkins. So
Tell him the plan. Tell him we need a producer.
Oh my God. Oh.
yeah, I had to. Okay, so I went to the Comedy Bang Bang live show and did the meet and greet afterwards, and I was Scott made a comment about freaks on the Discord. I'm like, yeah, I'm a freak. I'm the guy who pretends to be a bird. And Scott's like, what are you talking about? And Paul's like, oh yeah, he is on there, and he has like this little avatar of a bird. And I'm like, oh, it's more than just an avatar, And then I explained to them what a VTuber was, and like Scott was like, okay, but Paul was like, that's really cool. I love that.
That's really neat.
We need to get Paul a PNG tuber. Let's go.
Make him a PNG.
PNG.
Yeah, well, what I want to do is convince Paul F. Tompkins to get a rigged model of Mr. Peanut Butter and stream as Mr. Peanut Butter.
God, I'm trying to think. Other than like what would his persona be as a VTuber anyway? I mean, obviously he has that golden retriever energy if he wants to be, but what else could he be other than a dog?
I don't know. But
Yeah.
it feels like we've gotten off topic now, and
No, not us.
we should maybe wrap the episode up.
Maybe.
Maybe.
As much as I would love to, now we've gone real podcast. 3 white guys go out talking about things that they want.
No.
We fucked up, guys. We've lost the plot.
No. Oh my God!
Anyway,
I'm retiring.
if you are a streamer and there's a movie you would like to come on and talk about, please reach out to me or Drayfrjg, and I will send you the list of the movies. Pick out some of your favorites, and we'll get you on. Now, this upcoming week, both of these idiots are gonna be crashing my nest.
Damn right.
We're gonna be having 9 people in the room with me as we watch our next movie for Twigs Missing Movies.
Oh, I cannot wait.
And so shortly after, so yes, next week is TwigCon, and after TwigCon, we will be recording a live episode with a lot of guests.
It's gonna be fucking chaotic.
It's gonna be
How
fun.
it's gonna work?
Well, I think I'll probably have you two and one other person in full motion, and then we'll have everybody else PNG reactives, and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I can figure something. Okay, I can. No problem. I have a new enough phone. Yeah, fine. We'll make it work.
Well, no, we're gonna record the episode. We're gonna do the live airing after TwigCon, not during TwigCon.
Oh,
We're gonna watch
okay.
the movie during. We're gonna be too busy to record.
Yeah, I don't want to have to worry about putting on all this. It's a lot of work.
That's true. Gotta find more.
Anyway, I guess when it comes to the movie Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, it's no longer missing.
Hell yeah!
Yay!
So, we're going to get the heck on out of here. So, thank you, everybody, for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful...
in a picture-in-picture. Awesome.
What? Oh, shit. That one's supposed to still be up there.
Video.
Blah, 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 blah,
at least the audio isn't. Look, I'm just trying to find somebody to raid.
And I need somebody to raid.
Right. You better find somebody to raid.
I don't even know.
Oh. Let me take a looky-loo here.
I have many people.
I don't really have anybody.
There's a lot of people that I see playing, and it's just like, I don't even know who this person is. Why am I following them?
I know.
I've been doing that a lot more recently, and I realized I've hit old age.
Bye, Nivea. Bye. I was like, Niva, whatever. I'm blah, 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 blah. Nivea.
DieFed streaming that.
I rated DieFed last time, so I found somebody. I think they're somebody that Lampy rated into once, so we're just gonna head on over there. So y'all have a great night, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Good. I like that. Good stuff.
I can still hear you.
You can still hear me? Oh shit!
What?
I need to put it. Oh god! I gotta put a race. 48 guys, don't listen. It's not from the beta park.
What the hell? Look what I'm doing. Oh god, I'm scared. Somebody hold me. Nobody has any arms. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.